All right, so whether you're a recent graduate or you're changing career paths, the CAPM certification really can be your key to breaking into the project management industry and landing those entry-level roles. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about the CAPM certification and how it can help you break into the project management field. All right, so first things first, what is the CAPM certification? So CAPM stands for Certified Associate in Project Management, and it's a globally recognized entry-level certification for project managers. So this certification is offered by the Project Management Institute, and when you receive the certification, it shows potential employers that you have a good understanding of fundamental project management concepts. Now let's talk about why you should consider getting the CAPM certification. Well, here are some key benefits of it. The CAPM is an excellent starting point for those who want to enter the field of project management. Second is that it's a globally recognized certification which opens doors to opportunities around the world, not just in the US. And then third is just career advancement. So the CAPM certification sets you apart from other candidates, and it can be a stepping stone to more advanced certifications like the Project Management Professional or the PMP. And then also is networking. As a PMI member, you can gain access to a vast network of project management professionals, events, and resources. And then the next benefit is earning your CAPM certification means automatically meeting the 35 hours of project management education and training that's required to sit for the PMP exam. Okay, so now let's talk about who's eligible for the CAPM certification. Unlike the PMP certification, the CAPM is great because it's designed for anyone who does not have experience in project management. So here are the requirements to sit for this exam. You must have a secondary degree such as a high school diploma or even a GED or equivalent, and you have to have at least 23 hours of project management education completed before signing up for the exam. Now, the good thing is that you can fulfill the 23-hour education requirement by taking the Project Management Basics course, which is offered by the Project Management Institute. And you don't have to be a project manager to join the Project Management Institute. But if you do want to look for cheaper options, platforms like Udemy, however you say it, offers online 25-hour prep courses which allows you to satisfy the requirement for the CAPM certification. So before you purchase a CAPM prep course on Udemy, just make sure that you read the description and just make sure that it meets that education requirement if you decide that you're going to pursue the CAPM certification. Okay, so now let's talk about the CAPM exam itself. So it consists of 150 multiple choice questions and you have 3 hours to complete it. All right, so now the questions, they cover the project management processes, terminology, and then also just best practices. So don't worry because PMI also provides a detailed exam content outline that can help you prepare for the exam. Now, in terms of how much it costs, the exam fee is $300 for non-members of PMI and $225 for members. So if you decide that you want to become a member of PMI, I also know that many companies will reimburse you for joining professional organizations or pursuing continuing education. So make sure that you check with your employer to see if this is something that they're willing to reimburse you for or help you cover. And so when you're ready to pursue the CAPM certification, the application process is really pretty straightforward. All you have to do is just go to the PMI website, create an account, and then you just submit the very brief application. And then once you're accepted, now you can schedule your exam. Okay, so now let's talk about exam preparation. Preparing for the CAPM exam is very important. The CAPM exam is not like the Google Project Management Certificate because this is not an open book exam. So here are some study tips. First, let's just talk about what you should use for studying. I would recommend using PMI's official online study materials, practice exams, and then also just reading through the PMBOK guide, which is the Project Management Body of Knowledge. If you decide to take the Project Management Basics course that I mentioned earlier, you will receive practice guides and workbooks to also help you study for this exam. So you'll receive a lot of good study materials. The second thing that I highly recommend is to go to this website, projectprep.org, and download their free CAPM prep pack. It's loaded with a lot of valuable information such as exam cheat sheets, practice tests, reference sheets, note cards, and so forth. So yeah, If you don't do anything else, just make sure that you grab that free information to help you study. And so then the next thing that I recommend is just consider enrolling in online courses or joining a study group to enhance your understanding of those key concepts. And like I mentioned before, there are CAPM exam prep courses on Udemy to supplement your studying. All right, and so the next thing that I recommend is about time management. Plan your study schedule wisely and allocate time to each knowledge area. And then next, when you think that you're ready to take the exam, take a practice exam. And I promise you, it will probably be a bit of a wake-up call because you'll realize that you may need to do a little bit more studying in a specific knowledge area. So I am a huge advocate for taking practice exams because they really do help you become familiar with how the questions are structured, and it will also just help you identify which areas you need to do more studying. So PMI offers a few sample test questions. So if you want a copy of that, I did include a link to that in this description below. All right, so now let's just talk about the exam itself. So when you take the exam, you'll be tested on each of the 13 chapters and graded as such. The way that the exam is graded is that you'll either get a needs improvement, a below target, a target pass, or above target for the knowledge areas. Most of the exam will really be about processes, and the good thing is that there's really not a lot of math involved. So if you're worried about that, then don't be worried because there's not a lot. So when you're unsure of an answer right away, you have the option to either flag the question, or you can even highlight other possible answers with the highlighter tool, and then you can always just come back to it later. This is a strategy that I used when I took the PMP. So I recommend doing the same strategy when you take this exam too. You really don't want to waste too much time on one question, and then you end up having to rush back through the exam and then try to go back and make up that time that you took up. Skip what you don't know and then come back to it later. Now, if you decide to take this exam online, it will be proctored, so you cannot have a physical calculator, pen, or paper around you. Also, you cannot read the questions out loud, and they don't allow you to take breaks or pauses, so make sure that you take care of everything you need to before you start your exam. Also, as you know, with proctored exams online, your camera has to stay on throughout the entire exam. So my advice and what I recommend is just to take the exam at a testing center just to avoid any issues that could happen when you test with an online proctor. And then once you finish the exam, you'll receive your results within a few hours of completing the exam. So you don't have to wait days or weeks to know what your results are. All right, so whether you're a recent graduate or changing career paths, the CAPM certification can really be your key to breaking into the project management industry because it is the industry standard. All right, guys, I hope this information about the CAPM certification has motivated you to pursue the certification so that you can begin your career in project management. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then share it with your friends, and also be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions or topic that you would like me to cover in future videos, just leave me a comment below. All right, guys, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one.